Good evening. Missouri lawmakers may vote as early as this week on legislation that would nullify certain federal gun restrictions in this state. KRCG 13's Garrett Bergquist joins us in the studio to explain what's on the table.
Juliet, the House and Senate now face two very similar bills that have already each passed one chamber. Each bill would make it a crime for federal agents to enforce certain gun restrictions in this state. Both bills hark back to a similar fight last year that ended when Senate Republicans fell one vote short of overriding the governor's veto. A Senate committee last week greenlit the House version, while the Senate version has sat on the House calendar for about a month. Both versions specify several federal actions that would be considered null and void in this state. They include taxes or fees specific to firearms, registration of firearms or firearm owners, bans on gun sales, and efforts to confiscate guns. Any federal agent who tried to enforce such laws would face state criminal charges. Several Jefferson City residents say they like the idea.
Anything that goes against our rights, our constitutional rights that was given to us by our forefathers, that needs to be protected at all costs. And if the state wants to protect that, I'm all for it.
Support for the bills was not universal. No opponents wanted to go on camera, but some told me the U.S. Constitution does not give states the authority to override federal law. Last fall, Governor Nixon vetoed similar legislation because he said it would violate the U.S. Constitution's Supremacy Clause. That clause reads, "This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, shall be the supreme law of the land." If the Senate passes the House's bill, that legislation would have to go back to the House because of changes the Senate made. One of those changes would bar federal agents who try to enforce certain gun laws from getting a law enforcement job anywhere in Missouri.